Hey Pussy Buddies! Halloween is over. Mariah Carey has defrosted, so you know what that means. It is Christmas time! Yes, I am definitely that person who believes that Christmas starts as soon as Halloween is over. Thus this video. Honestly, my plan initially was to have this be ready to post at literally like 12 a.m. on the dot November 1st, like as soon as Halloween was over. Didn't quite work out like that. That's okay. We're here now. So the puzzle we're working on today, it's from Roseart, which this is my first time doing a Roseart puzzle. It's a Peanuts puzzle. It's called Christmas Carols. And it is 10 by 13 inches once it's all done. So I wasn't speed puzzling this one. I was just doing it casually, but considering it's only 100 pieces, it still went by pretty quickly. In fact, I only had about 15 minutes of footage. So if I had sped it up, especially to how I normally would, it would have been a less than 3-minute video, honestly, probably about 2 minutes long. So instead of doing that, I figured we can leave it in real time. That way you guys can see how quickly I work on a normal basis, and you can puzzle along with me if you'd like. So I went ahead and dumped the puzzle out of the bag. I don't remember there being any puzzle dust, so that was good. And all the pieces have this like deep, almost navy blue backing. I'm not sure if that goes for all Roseart puzzles, but it was that way for this one. I went ahead and flipped all the pieces over so that way I could see everything. And then I just kind of started working. I ended up starting from the bottom and working my way up. For no particular reason, it just seemed kind of fun to do. And so that's how I went for pretty much the whole puzzle. I tried to go about to one row at a time to like really kind of go up and up and up. So yeah, that's what I did the whole time. And while, yes, it is definitely Christmas time as far as I'm concerned, no need to worry. Not all of my videos between here and the end of the year will be Christmas. In fact, I think I only really have one other Christmas puzzle and like one advent calendar, which I think I'm going to use for short form content. So there will be more like regular puzzles to come. It won't all be Christmas. I want to know, do you all celebrate Christmas, or do you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or some other holiday coming up in the next couple months? And with whatever you celebrate, what do you do? Is there any like traditions that you normally do with your friends or with your family? Are you looking forward to any particular event or like special thing that's happening? I want to know what you guys are up to. Growing up, I don't think we had any like one particular thing that we did, every single year that we would look forward to. The main thing that I can think of that we would like look forward to every year, other than, like Christmas Day itself, was probably the plays at church. We were part of like a medium-sized church growing up, so the plays weren't anything like super extravagant. But I remember like being super little and having, 2 lines that you had to memorize. And then as you get older, you get like more lines and you get more of like an actual kind of part in the little plays. So that was always fun. And then when I was a little bit older, when I was in middle school, we had moved to a slightly bigger church. And one year they did do like a huge kind of production for a Christmas play. And random, but I was part of the puppetry ministry, which is not as lame as it sounds, I promise. It was actually pretty cool. And I just remember, instead of having us do like kind of our typical puppetry that we would normally do, we got to wear these like, imagine like a pool noodle that glows in the dark sort of thing. It was like that, but like a bodysuit. So it kind of looked like a walking stick figure. And so they cut all the lights out and we did like a little dance to open up the show. I remember that. That was cute. And then outside of the church plays, I think the only other thing was kind of looking forward to which like grandparents' house we're going to be spending time with for the holidays. If we were going to be with my dad's side of the family, we knew there'd be a lot of cousins, a lot of presents, and I would always look forward to having my grandma's gumbo. Oh my goodness, she would make it with like fresh whole crabs and shrimp and okra, and it was just like my favorite thing ever, and I would look forward to it every single year. And then if we were going to spend time with my mom's side of the family, I just knew that it was going to be some shenanigans that me and my sister and my cousins would get up into. I'm from Florida originally, so we would just be outside, like after we opened presents and everything, we'd go and ride my cousins' like bikes and their skateboards, their scooters. We'd just be running up and down the streets playing with stuff. And I remember one year I got a ripstick for Christmas. Do y'all remember those? I was so hype. I loved that thing. I rode it any chance I got. I wasn't like particularly great at it, but I could get up and down the street, okay? I wasn't doing any tricks, but I could travel. And honestly, to this day, I have no clue what happened to that thing. I think we like moved one time and then I just never saw it again. I don't know if it got left behind or thrown away on accident. I have no clue. Honestly, I kind of want to go buy a ripstick. Whether or not I would end up busting my behind nowadays, I don't know. I think maybe I still got it, but I loved that thing. It's also interesting to me now that I'm, an adult with my own husband, own house, our own things going on, looking at how we, like the traditions we had growing up versus what we do now. I think it's so fun. Like growing up, when we would hang up the Christmas tree and do all the decorations and everything, it would always be Christmas music in the background. It would be Mariah Carey's Christmas, The Temptations, like all of those like kind of classic, more Southern R&B sort of Christmas songs. So there would be some CD going or some radio station or something, and we'd be hanging up all the decorations, probably like baking cookies or something. Not from scratch. We aren't those kind of people. I'm talking about like Pillsbury, Nestle Toll House, pre-made, pre-cut, take them out the package, put them in the oven, like those sort of cookies. Also, I don't think we ever really decorated the outside of our house. We were definitely just inside of our house people. And now when husband and I decorate, we put on movies. So we'll watch like The Grinch, or one year we did like Madagascar has like this little mini series of holiday shorts. I think a couple of years ago, it wasn't last year, it was the year before last, I think, I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time. So yeah, now we're movie people. And also we do try to decorate the outside of our house at least a little bit. Last year, Christmas 2022, after Christmas, because the best time to buy your holiday decorations is after Christmas is over. So after Christmas 2022, we bought a lot of like outdoor decorations so that we'd have them for Christmas 2023. But then we ended up like not really celebrating Christmas last year. Our dog actually ended up passing like a couple months before Christmas. And by the time Christmas came around, we were just kind of like, maybe next year. So we have all these decorations that we never got to put up last year. So I'm excited that this year, hopefully we'll be excited and have the energy to put some things up. Another thing that we did as kids is we would always, on Christmas Eve, we could open one present each. And I remember about 9:00 p.m., we'd all gather around the tree and we'd be like looking around through all the boxes trying to figure out, okay, what is the one present that we are going to open that night? And picking it out and trying to like shake the box or feel the box, figure out how big it is, that kind of thing, to figure out which one you want. Still at about 9:00 Christmas Eve, we'll gather and we'll just go ahead and open all the presents that we got each other. And honestly, it kind of works out great. One, because I am always so excited and so impatient, and I'm so ready to open presents early. But then also that way, Christmas Day, we've kind of already done the kind of bigger, more exciting things. That way we can just spend time at church. If there's like a church thing happening, we can hang out with his family, my family, and have like the whole day to just kind of chill and not be so pressed to get back home and open presents. So it kind of works out. Something else that I'm curious about, especially if you do celebrate Christmas, is do you all like cook a big meal for Christmas? When it comes to Thanksgiving, we will cook and do the whole thing. A turkey, we'll do all the sides, maybe a pie or two. We will do it all. But for Christmas, honestly, I don't even know what we eat every year. I have no clue. See, when we were younger and we were having Christmas with my dad's side of the family, I remember like dinner being the biggest meal that we were looking forward to, with, the gumbo, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, all the things. And then whenever we were spending time with like my mom's side of the family, it was always a big Christmas breakfast that I would always be so excited for. And then we'd open presents afterwards. And then I'm pretty sure we had like a nice dinner, but I just remember breakfast being the most exciting thing. Nowadays, we're not really doing a whole lot. I think the last couple years we've done like a little bit of a breakfast, nothing too crazy. But when it comes to dinner, I'm pretty sure we usually just try to freeze some of the sides from Thanksgiving. That way we can just reheat them for Christmas. Other than that, maybe somebody's heating up a ham or a chicken from somewhere. But I don't think we really do like a huge meal or anything for Christmas. Oh my goodness, something random I just remembered. Okay, last year around Christmas time, my sister and I kept seeing these videos on TikTok of people at this like German inspired Christmas market type thing in Atlanta. And we just kept seeing video after video of people at this market. It looked so Christmassy and magical. So we decided to go. And in typical Atlanta fashion, the event is, over here, but you have to park way over yonder. But of course, like, they don't really tell you that for real. So we like found the address, realized we had to find a place to park, or like we knew there was a place to park, but we couldn't find it. It was something like that. Then we finally parked, paid to park, because of course you have to anywhere in Atlanta. Paid for, I think we did like 2 hours of parking. And then we had to walk from the car to the place. And I remember we were walking up, it was like drizzling outside, so it was like a little bit gloomy. And it was just so disappointing. It was like so boring. There were like decorations. It was kind of cute, but there wasn't really anything to do. There was like a Belgian waffle stand that had, waffles and different toppings and things. There was like a sausage stand, which, can't even lie, they were pretty good. There was like a place to buy hot chocolate. And then there was just a bunch of booths with like people selling trinkets and things. So I mean, it wasn't a complete dud, but it just felt so lackluster, especially compared to how it seemed in other people's videos. Mind you, looking back, I think most of the people's videos that we saw were more at night. It's like it's dark, it's a little bit colder, it's a little bit cozier, I guess. And maybe if there had been more people when we went specifically, it would have felt busier and like there was more stuff going on, but there was really nothing to do. I remember we like walked in, bought a waffle, walked around, like tried to find things to like look at and get into. And so we just bought sausages and we left because there was nothing else for us to do really. So we walked all the way back to our car and we just sat in our cars eating our little sausages because there's nothing else to do. I was so upset because I had paid for 2 hours of parking thinking that we'd be there and I could always, like add more time to it if I needed to. And then we were only there for like 45 minutes. And at least 15 of those minutes was us walking to or from the car. So that was a bit, underwhelming. Maybe this year we'll find something else kind of random to do or explore. I'll keep you updated if we find something. Back to the puzzle. I'm finishing up with the sky, which you can probably tell was the hardest part just because there wasn't a whole lot to go off of. But it wasn't too bad. Again, it was only 100 pieces, so nothing too crazy. Finished it up, and it was all done. This was really fun to do. It's been a while since I've done a puzzle with a piece count quite this low, so it was really nice to sit down and be able to complete a puzzle in one sitting without, rushing through it. So it was really fun. The image is nice. The print is clear. Well, it's in that like cartoony Peanuts style, so it's not exactly clear per se, but you know what I mean. The pieces were pretty sturdy. This was a relatively less expensive puzzle. I think I spent maybe $6 on it. And the hold was solid. I could pick it up and toss it around a bit. It wasn't coming apart, so honestly, I'm pretty impressed. Let me know what holidays you celebrate, and are there any memories or traditions from when you were a kid that are really special to you? And is there anything coming up this year that you're really looking forward to? Be kind, be merry, and I'll see you in the next video.